listen. There is a big difference. It is not just attentively listening, it is just listening to the tone of the teacher, and the tone of the teacher is taking the disciple into that state which is also connected with the deep sleep. The practice of Yoga Nidra is very interesting, and we have to understand it as the two levels. One level which we understand about Yoga Nidra is about the level which we call as a state, which is the subtle state. Normally in subtle state we are all dreaming. So Yoga Nidra is a sleep, and mostly in the sleep there are many dreams which are coming to us. But here what we are doing is we are giving some suggestions to the students. So, mostly the students are lying down in the corpse posture, that is Shavasana, and while they are lying down in Shavasana, they are only listening to the words of the teacher, and the words of the teacher is penetrating the eardrum of the student, and there is some vibration happening, and because of this chemical stimulus which is happening, some message is going towards the brain, and one is able to listen, assimilate, adapt to certain words which are said by the master or chanted by the master. So what is the difference between sleep and Yoga Nidra? In sleep, one is not aware of one's physical body, one is not aware of one's name, we say that one is just in that bliss state. But in Yoga Nidra, one is conscious about one thing, hearing. And in Yoga Nidra, the teacher's tone should be so soft that the student only has to listen to the words which are said by the teacher, and those go so deep into the student's psychology that that person may feel that I am in a semi-dream state. Like if the teacher is talking about an imagination, he or she will feel that I am following that imagination, I am in that kind of big imagination, I am part of that big imagination which is happening. But at the same time, that person will be continuously hearing the words of the teacher and following the words of the teacher. It is not like learning through that, nor it is giving attention to the words, but to listen. There is a big difference. It is not just attentively listening, it is just listening to the tone of the teacher, and the tone of the teacher is taking the disciple into that state which is also connected with the deep sleep. What is that? It is like a transmission which is happening between the subtle state and the deep sleep. Normally in the deep sleep we don't hear. Here we are almost like in deep sleep, but what is the peculiarity? The peculiarity here is one is able to hear each and word which is said by the teacher. Maybe one is not really understanding the words, but one says, I am still hearing, and the power of that word is going so deep within oneself that one may feel kind of a stress relief in the joints, muscles, or some might feel pain in the palms or in the arms, in the legs or in the spine, so that it is like releasing some kind of stress which one was carrying for a long period of time, and then when one is coming out of that Yoga Nidra state, one is taking little more time to come back to the reality of life, because you are in a state where you are half sleep and half dreaming. It is a state where you are not able to differentiate whether you are sleeping or you are dreaming. You are in complete relaxed state. Your whole body is relaxed, your brain is relaxed, your nervous system is relaxed. You are completely in that state, but only thing is that you are listening to the tone of the teacher, and that tone of the teacher helps you to connect with your own self. It is like you have the greatest possibility to be what you are. Other times while you are sitting and you are listening to a lecture, what you are doing is you have to pay a lot of attention. You have to look at the lecturer, you have to pay great attention. There is a lot of stress going on, your mind is wandering somewhere. Here in Yoga Nidra, one goes to deeper kind of relaxation, and there is nothing to do, only to listen. And the beauty of Yoga Nidra is the tone of the teacher. The tone of the teacher is so soft that actually helps to penetrate into that subconscious and to the unconscious, and finally it helps one to be a witness alone. That is the beauty. And this witness state, when one is after also coming out of the Yoga Nidra, that person has the greatest personal possibility to be in Samadhi. Thank you.